So now there's going to be another column inside my row 4 here now. You can see this particular row 4. This is column 1, this is column 2. So I must create another div inside this row 4 here now. So making 3 div. But the third div on this row 4 will be in the form of a row. You get now? So let me put another comment here now. So I put this one here and I say, well, oh, I say, well, oh, extra row in d4. That's what I want to create now. Extra row in d4 here. Extra row in d4 row 4. Okay, that's what I want to define here now. So that means the div I'm going to create now, I will make sure it is just for what? For the row. Do you get it now? Or if I use it for the row is okay, but I can just create a different option there. What I want to do now here is, let me give you the sketch. So this particular extra column, I want to first create a row like this. This is the first option. Do you get now? So that I can now partition them to the div here, div here, and div here. Or I just want to create the div independent like this. That the column 1 for email, another div for phone number, another div for this, another div for this. I can put them individual like this, though everything is still inside the row 4. I think let me use the second option here so that I can define all this one separately now. So the first div I'm going to create here now, it's not going to be extra row now. I'll say this is going to be div for what? Div for email. Div for email now. So I say div for email. Do you get it now? That is it. So I then define the class now. I call it what? Email. Class what? Class equal what? Email. So as I have this div for email, once I define it, I can add it for the other information too again. So this is another div again, and this is going to be for what? For phone number. This is div for phone. But let me check the information how they are all arranged. I need the div for which one? Okay, address, email, phone. I'm starting with address, email, phone, and social media. So I'm going to create a 4 div for what? Address here now. Div for what? Address. I'll name this one what? Address. I hope I don't have any class called address before. This one now going to be for what? For email. So, and after the email, I will create the next div for phone number. This is going to be for phone number, and the next one here for what? Social media. I call this one social media, and this is going to be what? Maybe social. Okay, social. And it says they applied for social before for address. I will confirm it too. Okay, for the upper one here. Oh, so I have to give it another name. I think that's good. So it has to be on row 1. Let me check my div. Let me search for it first. Find edit, find address here. Oh, thank you. That's in row 1 now. That's wrong. Email, even though there's it for phone, they're for social too. So that means I have to find another name for all this one here now. So back to here again. I can't use this address again. If I use it, there's going to be a problem is that one. Okay. Okay, let me call it this one. Contact now. So contact address. Okay. I can make a name to be different now. So this is contact email. contact phone, and contact social media now. That's it. So now, the first one is the contact address, and I'll return back to the custom section here. That's on the row 4 again now. So where is that row 4 nice? So that means it will follow this column 2. So return back here again. Now to start this one again, once I get the first one, the rest will be more easier. You get it now? So that's it. So the top position cannot be 0 again. This time around now, since I want it to appear after the height, since the height here is 350, so the top position will now be immediately after the height. That means to start from 351 now, pixel. That will be the top. You get now? While the left is still going to be the same 0 for column 1 here now. Left to be the same 0 for column 1. That is it, because that's the first div. And after that again, the width, we have to make sure the width divided into the 4. Since we are calculating the total, if we have 650 for this plus another 650 here, 660 here, that's going to be around something like what? 1,300 and something now. So we are going to divide into the 4, should be 3. He said no, more than 1,000. Oh. The width for the column 2 is 650. The width for the column 1 is 660. So that should be something more than 1,000. Here now, simple calculation. That means 660 plus 650 give 1,310. So if I now divide it by 4, because I'm putting 4 columns there now, that will give me what? 3 something. Can you see now? 372. But at the same time, I want the row for the address to be too long than the rest. So that can mean I can make the row for address to be 350, where I can reduce other one to 300 approximately for that. You get it now? So here now for this particular address, the width I can make it what? 350 pixel. But I'll make the remaining one to be what? To be 300 now. So the height now is not going to be too much. It's going to be 150. Remember, I reduced this from 500 to 350. That will be 150 word for height in pixel now. So the next thing now is what? Is to define the color I want to use for this section now, and set the border one on too. You get it now? So this border, I make it to 1 now, and the color, maybe I should not change it to another green here now. Okay, that's the color. So let me see whether I can get the session for what? For that contact address out here now. Can you see? Actually, this is still slow for the contact address. I can push it again from that 350. I can push it more forward, maybe to that's the width, and make it what? Maybe 450 now. Okay, let me see that where it reach. I think that's more better. So let me now create the second and the third column. I will use the remaining one for 3,350 or 3,300 now. So I'm returning back to here, and I copy this CSS rule. Okay, so I copy it for what? For this. But this is going to be the name. I call it what? Contact email now. Okay, and here become what? Contact email now. Okay, that is it. So contact email will start on the same top position, but the left now will change. So if the entire width of this one is 450, contact email start immediately, maybe around 460 space. So that means the left side for the contact email will be 460. Let's say by plus 10, 460. That is it. But I don't want the width to be long like this. So I want the width to be around 300 now, pixel. So let me see what this one. I maintain the remaining one section here now. Can you see? I think this for it. I'm using this one for 2 more again. But I can reduce the space here. instead of starting it from 460, maybe I say 452. Okay, that line will overlap with this. Good. I can extend this one again, 1 2 again, 300. So the next one here is going to be what? Contact phone and contact social media. Okay, contact phone and contact social media. Here now, contact phone, and contact phone mean that what? This one start from 450. To calculate the left position for the contact phone again, I will need to add this one, this 450 and 300, because the email start from 450 and the width is changed, making 750. So the position for the left for the phone will be 751. Now let's see, just plus 1 again, and then I save this. So let's see what we have here. Good. And now for the last one, which is what? The social contact social. Now, so I will need to now add 750 plus 300. That's 1051. So that means the position for the contact phone number I'm going to go 1051 here now to start. And I save this one again, and let me see. Good. You can see that one. The most deep it's like it shoot out. Yes, it shoot out. So something has to be reduced here now. So that means the width here can be reduced to what? Maybe 270 now, to remove the extra shooting. Okay, 275. Okay, 275 now. And let me see whether it switch up. That's good now. So something I didn't see too. Where did this there's something missing here now. For the phone number, I can't see it. Okay, phone appear twice. Social media, I will say contact social. Okay, since I duplicate the phone, I'm supposed to have changed it. Very good now. So information can now be put inside each of them. So returning back to my section here, in the contact form here, I can copy the information for what? For this email here now, for this address. I copy information for this address here, and let me see. Okay, contact address, phone number. So where is information now? Okay, this is the header section. Sorry, I'm going back to the one, to the top bottom section here now. Okay, yes, here. So I copy this one, this section here now, contact address here, and I replace it here now. This for where the contact address is now, and that's it. Okay, so the next one is the email. Okay, so return back here again. I put the word email here too. So, and that's it. And let me save these two before I will move ahead and see where they appear here. Can you see now? Okay, yeah. So I can also move to the next one, which is phone number here now. For phone number, and here now I have the contact for phone number here too. And the last one is for the social media navigation. Social media navigation now. These are the for social media. I copy this, and I put this one too. I hope I can have the CSL rule for my social media here now. So that's it, and I save this again. So now this is exactly where we are. So last thing, to remove all those border from everywhere here now, because once you create this, when you are using the Bootstrap, all the layout in Bootstrap, they already set the border there to 0 by default. Do you get it now? So here now, I have to remove all the border because this borderline is just for demarcation to be able to read the end of each of this particular one section here now. So border for this one to 0. Anywhere I use the border for layout, I set it to what? To 0. So let me go for other section too. Navigation, the row 5 and row 6. I'm setting border for those one 2 to 0. Let me say this one, check this one now. You can see all this section border has been removed. I want to remove border for the footer and the wall newsletter too. Okay, this for the row 6, that is footer 0 and newsletter 2 1 0, and I think that is all now. So with this one now, okay, the main row 4 too, the border for this row 4 is still on. Row 4, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, good. So back to 0 again, that's all. So right here now, you can see this our layout here. Every layout here is now designed by using what? A div. That means many of these layouts can also be created. But one challenge I want you guys to know now is one of the most difficult job developer face is to create a layout structure. This might look simple here because if you are going to design some website that have a complex layout, this might take a lot of time. And that's where that work. Even though the Bootstrap also have different type of the code you can use to create your layout too. But might still need to write some work, some code to make sure those particular layout work is properly well designed. So this is how we use our CSS to create a layout, which you can create a layout for any other pages. So by the next class, we are going to now start with our Bootstrap again. Like I said, our Bootstrap is going to be 2 days. We are going to see how they add the Bootstrap to our website because Bootstrap is already CSS work component. And at the same time, you are now going to see how to use different type of already made work component in Bootstrap to design the same interface like this. I will create the same layout we created here with Bootstrap again the next class, even though adding some more complex work feature to this one like this again by the grace of God in our next class. So that's when we are going to start with what? With the what? Bootstrap. So is there any question now, guys? Okay, go on. Yeah, it's because of the I know there's no day, this day I'm missing now. Day 5, you only have day 5, one day 5 there. I have a bad network this week. That is just it. Oh. So the network, HTML, HTML what? 4 and 5. I can't lay my hand on those one again. Oh. For HTML 4 and 5, I can't lay my hand on it. Don't let me make any promise on that. Let me check this. HTML 4 and 5. There was a time that everything on that YouTube even though crash. So let me see. So if it's about the HTML 4 and 5, I can't see. Even though some of the HTML videos may be for other classes. You get it now. So I can't lay my hand on this HTML video. I don't even know whether this HTML here is for your class. I'm not sure it's not for your class. Are you with me now? I'm very sure this HTML might not be for your class. And because my system doesn't have more space. Once I download it, that's why I remove it from my system here. But let me see. Is there anybody that have the HTML 4 and 5? Let's ask on the wall, on the group first. But anybody that already downloaded it, that's why I say that once the video is available on the YouTube, let's just try to watch it there. You know, I didn't say you should watch it. You get it now. If you watch it, there's no problem. But download it immediately will be the best. You get it now. Download it immediately go to be the best. For anything on HTML now, I can't say. But I know that day 5, this is the only thing I uploaded on day 5, which is day 1. So maybe this weekend I will try and upload the remaining video on day 5 too, which is part 2 for day 5 and part 3 for day 5. And again, if I can see ask anybody, other people that also have that ATML day what? Day 4 and 5. Am I right? Mr. K, 4 and 5. Okay. I will check if I can find it. If I find it, I think there's some other people that have it. I can collect it from them and upload it. Let me note it down. ATML for day 5 and 5. Don't mind what I'm sending to your group. It's just like a reminder, because that's where I can easily see it. Okay. Let me just tell you a video for ATML day 4 and 5. Okay. So I think yes. The date abi, and the problem now is this. If I check here now, these are all the videos so far here now, because that HTML day 4 and 5 is long. This is a folder for only the code is available here for those HTML. Mr. K, do you know the date? I don't know if you can remember the date. You don't remember the date? That is it. That is it. Let me see how I can trace it, sha. This is 1010. Okay, I just open it today. So, and don't worry, I'll try and find out, sha. I'll find out. You can know, I'll be able to know which one is HTML 4 and 5 here. Okay, no problem. So that will be for now, sir. Thank you so much for your times. Okay, good night.